Hey YouTube, it's Mark,
And Rocky.
and we are
This cruise life. It's no secret. Cruisers out there are big fans of Margaritaville at Sea's newest ship, Margaritaville at Sea Islander. In 2025, Islander was rated the #1 cruise ship for families by Newsweek Reader's Choice Awards. We loved it so much, we're hosting our first ever group cruise on the ship to introduce our followers to the brand.
But when the brand first launched, they started with a much smaller and older ship out of West Palm Beach called Margaritaville at Sea Paradise. You may recall seeing some reviews out there. Paradise received some positive praise for the crew, but not so positive feedback for the ship itself.
Based on that feedback, Margaritaville at Sea went back to the drawing board and asked, how do we take what cruisers love about Islander and bring some of that back to Paradise? That's where the initiative Next Level Paradise was born.
Earlier this year, the brand invested a boatload of money. See what I did there? To bring Paradise standards closer to sister ship Islander. We had a chance to jump on board to check out all of the changes and the new experiences in person. Thank you, Margaritaville at Sea, for inviting us back.
So let's take a look at Next Level Paradise. Following our typical format, we're going to tell you all about the food, the drinks, and the entertainment on board. We're going to explore how Paradise has evolved each of these areas.
Starting with the food. One of the biggest complaints cruisers had about Paradise was the food. Temperatures were off, it wasn't visually appealing, and quality was not to cruisers' expectations. As a result, the food was a big area of focus for the brand, and it shows.
While we're not typically buffet people, we dined at Port of Indecision Buffet during our recent voyage. I can personally confirm that there have been some major improvements to the offerings. Every item that we had was the correct temperature, and the dishes looked much more appealing. Plus, almost every item that we had was delicious.
I love that the buffet still has the panini stand, where you can customize your own sandwich, and I especially love the daily taco bar. I literally ate at that taco bar every single day of my cruise. It never got old. Multiple types of meats, and a toppings bar that had all of my favorites.
I also enjoyed the panini sandwich menu. I tried the tenacious turkey torta, say that 3 times fast, the grown-up grilled cheese, and the Reuben. All of them were delicious, and they were loaded with plenty of toppings.
He even let me have a bite.
It's true.
Let's not forget about Frank and Lola's Pizza and how that's moved to the buffet on board. Previously, Frank and Lola's Pizzeria was an upcharge venue on Paradise, but based on the success of the venue on Islander, the brand moved that option to the buffet and made it an included option. And truthfully, while it's not as good as the pizza on Islander, it came in clutch for those late night cravings, especially after dancing the night away at Hemisphere Dancer nightclub.
Finn's main dining saw some upgrades to its menus as well. New dishes have been added and flavors enhanced. We've enjoyed Finn's on each of our previous sailings, but the reviews have been mixed. We experienced great service, dishes that were served to the right temperatures, and delicious food that had an elevated presentation. But if steak is more your style, we have to mention the overhauled menu at JWB Prime Steakhouse.
I am so happy and I'm excited about this big change at JWB Prime. Previously, the menu and quality, in our opinion, did not match the sister ship Islander. That's been taken care of. The brand rolled out the Islander menu to Paradise, and I was able to enjoy my Wagyu meatball, bib and walnut salad, and that delicious center cut filet. Thank you, Margaritaville at Sea, for listening to the feedback. Truly, it is my favorite steakhouse at sea.
One of the starters that I also enjoyed from the new menu was that tuna crudo. The new addition was surprisingly light and very fresh.
Yes.
For my entree, I enjoyed the Colorado rack of lamb, and it was cooked to perfection, tender, and so flavorful.
Let's not forget about the amazing sides. They had mac and cheese. Get that. It's amazing. In fact, get the Wagyu meatball and the mac and cheese for me.
Yes.
And then dessert, the apple crumble cheesecake missed the mark, but our server seemed to know that that was going to be the case, and so he brought over the key lime pie and banana cream pie. Both were delicious and honestly would recommend either of those over that cheesecake.
Yeah. Now, speaking of specialty dining changes, as Mark had mentioned, Frank and Lola's moved into the buffet. This allowed them to completely transform the space that was previously used by the pizzeria into a brand new restaurant concept. The brand installed the fan favorite Far Side Sushi from Islander into the space, and it was perhaps our most favorite change of all.
Most favorite, absolutely. Not only did they bring the Farside Sushi concept over, but because they have their own dedicated restaurant space, they were able to expand the menu. And so that was probably the best part of the experience. Yes, all of our favorites are still there, but we fell in love with some new favorites as well. The sushi rolls are just as delicious and beautifully presented as on Islander. Take a look at the Yucatan Express, the volcano roll. I mean, they just look fantastic.
With the brand expanding the menu, we also got to try several new dishes. In fact, I think we may have found our new favorite Farside sushi dish, the tuna tostada. The crunch of the base plus the fresh tuna and toppings made this dish outstanding. 10 out of 10 recommend.
Absolutely.
While both Farside Sushi and JWB Prime Steakhouse are upcharge options, both venues are absolutely worth the price, in our opinion. Farside Sushi has some of the best a la carte pricing of the dishes that we've seen, and JWB Prime Steakhouse is actually priced very similar to other steakhouses at sea.
Yeah. Now we're full. Let's go quench our thirst with all of the drinks on board. One of the biggest changes Next Level Paradise introduces is the Ultimate Beverage Chill Package, first launched on Islander. While many cruisers miss the wristbands where you could purchase 10 drinks for your cruise, the new package is much more inclusive. Not only that, but it eliminates the confusion of having multiple drinks packages across their ships.
Right.
The new package is more expensive than the wristbands, but having soda and water included in addition to alcohol more than made up that difference for us.
Next Level Paradise also launched new and refreshed concepts on board. I'm so excited that Margaritaville at Sea made the decision to bring over one of my favorite bars from the Islander. They overhauled the seldom used theater bar and installed Hemisphere Dancer craft spirits on Paradise. The bar sits at the entrance to the Stars on the Water Theater and serves up some tasty craft cocktails that are created with whiskey, vodka, and rum, plus even more.
As you make your way around the rest of the ship, you'll find updates to Euphoria Lounge, Keys on the Water, 12-volt bar, and the License to Chill bar. All of the bars on board have received updated menus, along with spaces that have been refreshed, which we appreciate as it was something that we called out in our review of Paradise from earlier this year.
Now that we have covered all of the food and the drinks, let's talk about the entertainment on board. Margaritaville at Sea Paradise has all of the favorites from Islander. A more interactive sail away party, pop-up performances during a cruise, live music all over the ship, and a new casino program that allows you to bring your casino status on board. Plus, they still have the popular main theater shows like the Caribbean Heat and Radio Margaritaville Live at Sea.
We love all of the activities on the Islander and are happy to see similar options on Paradise. As previously mentioned, many of the venues saw design updates to make the ship feel fresh, including the Port of Indecision buffet and adults-only 12-volt pool. Speaking of entertainment, the changes to the adults-only pool were minor, in our opinion. However, we did find ourselves spending more time here versus before. I personally love the addition of the Adirondack chairs for lounging around the bar. Just a great way to enjoy my cocktail.
If you're thinking, how could I possibly experience everything that Next Level Paradise has to offer on a 2-night cruise? We've got good news for you. In addition to Paradise's popular 2-night getaway itineraries, the brand has expanded sailing options to include 3 and 4-night cruises. Visits to Nassau, Bahamas, and Key West on those 3 and 4-night itineraries are amazing.
And if you're looking for something to do in Nassau, I highly recommend Margaritaville Beach Resort. The brand sells an excursion to their own company's resort, which is amazing. You can check out all of the details at thiscruiselife.com or by clicking the link in the description. We also include a couple of other options for things to do in Nassau as well.
The best part about all of these changes is that prices are still very reasonable, and you can take advantage of the Heroes Sail Free program if you're eligible. Plus, with the Casino Match program, you can bring your status over with you.
Just reach out to Rocky. He'll help you get booked.
That's right.
Well, this was a quick overview of the changes introduced to Margaritaville at Sea Paradise. You can check out our full review from our recent cruise. We've loved our time on board, and we hope that this video and our full review gives you a better idea of what Next Level Paradise is like.
If you found something interesting in this video, please go ahead and hit that like button. And be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any other cruise or news updates.
Hey, we look forward to seeing you in our next videos. And until then, we'll see you on the ocean.
Bye.